to pull this out of the bag on Tuesday night. I think we will, because Malmo, I just watched the game today, but Malmo didn't look that great. Decisive twice, but I think it was more down to us rather than great play. So, Tuesday night, onwards and upwards. Yeah.
We'll go on to Tuesday night then. Obviously, 50,000 screaming Rangers fans back. Joy to see. Scott, do you think that'll drive them on, or do you think it's going to put them under more pressure?
I'm super excited.
Some are suggesting that they struggle with fans.
Let's not go there. Let's not go down the route. Some people should remain nameless. Don't want to put the names in it, Scotty. But I'm super excited. I'm sure the players are. I'm coming up. Got my flights booked. Staying over. Might have a couple of beers. There's something special about European nights at Ibrox, and I think the anticipation. I think the combination of the factors. Champions League. We get that. Get the music played, don't you? I can't remember. It's been that long. European nights. It's a huge game. Desperately need to win. Everyone's going to be right behind the team. It's going to be noisy. The players are going to absolutely love it. They will absolutely love it. I don't buy into this pitch that you can get intimidated by a crowd. I mean, they're not walking into like a war zone. Do you know what I mean? They're all used to it. I mean, they've all played in hostile atmospheres. They're not going to be. They're not going to. It's not like we've come off the back of losing 5 straight games and the players have come out and with discontent, so we're on the players' backs. No, we're right behind the players. The players are going to absolutely relish this, and I hope everyone going thoroughly enjoys himself.
I think obviously the Malmo fans, there was 5,000 of them there on last week.
Yeah.
And to be fair to them, they made a fair racket, but I think their players are going to have to.
It's like going to an ABBA concert.
yeah. I think the Malmo players are going to get a bit of a shock when they come on Tuesday, aren't they, Joy?
Yeah, I think they are, because one thing is they won't see many fans standing with a bottle of beer. How cool was that on Tuesday last week? I was watching it today and just standing swigging a bottle of beer. And I just thought, bring back those days. Scottish Cup final from 1980. take a carry out in me. But no, I think they will, and I think we'll drive the team on Tuesday night. I think as long as there's no early setbacks, and if we get a goal in the first 15 minutes, we'll be carrying the players off the pitch at the end like Barcelona maybe. But you need nights like Parma again and things like that. Those kind of European nights, Dynamo Kiev, and I think if we turn up, we'll turn up and we'll blow Malmo away, because, as I said, I only watched the match today, and McGregor didn't have a save to make in 90 minutes. They were quite content to play a 5-3-2 and set their stall out early that not to get beaten on Tuesday. I think they were probably surprised at how poor we were. Especially that 5 minutes in the second half. But no, I've got no issues about Tuesday night. Maybe just what team to pick.
Well, who do you assess? Who do you think will play?
Can you pass that question to Scotty first? Well, here's one for you, right? No, here's one for you.
Okay.
If Hadji's not fit, right? Because I don't think Lundstram's the answer on the right hand side. What about playing Patterson at right back and Tav in front of because I think the right hand side will be a problem if Hadji's not fit on Tuesday night.
Well,
I think we need Hadji for.
He's dallied in it in the friendlies, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, but Lundstram's not been a dynamic midfielder. He's not put his foot in like a Kevin Thompson style or even like a Barry Ferguson. He's not been a midfielder to put his foot in and control it. He's been happy to play short passes to Davis and Kent and things like that. But he's not driving us forward. He's not winning tackles and he's not chasing back. I don't think the Tav and Patterson combination works if you play the two of them, but I think it's a better option. I think Tav's a better option than Lundstram and more of a goal threat.
And what about your striker option?
Morelos.
What are you thinking for Tuesday's game? This team selection.
I'd probably be slightly more cautious in terms of making experimental changes, and I completely see where you're coming from, putting Tav in the middle. And I've been an advocate and suggesting it, but I think Tuesday might be a bit too soon. But what I did notice was with Lundstram, particularly if he plays on the right-hand side of the three, he does seem to gravitate towards Tav, and he seems to hide next to Tav, particularly when we've got the ball, which doesn't really serve our flowing play down the right-hand side particularly well, and it just brings players over to the pitch, and Tav gets bogged in that space. So if Tav was to play on that right-hand side of the three, he would have to be very, very wary not to do something similar and to stifle Patterson. Now, I'm sure more than capable Patterson coming in and doing that, but I'm trying to think of the other options, because Arfield would be an option to come in. He's definitely not going to play Aribo and Hadji with Davis as a midfield three. Not enough discipline there. Yeah. So
what about young Kelly?
You can't throw him in at the deep end. Farland putting Tav in the middle, I think it's just too experimental, too risky. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Lundstram again, and he'll have to turn up. He will have to turn up. If not, it could be a left field one from Arfield. Bringing Arfield in with Hadji or Aribo in the midfield three, because I definitely feel like we need something a bit different in that midfield three, because there is zero penetration coming from there at the moment. And we need to kind of like force the play and have a bit of guard about us. And then up top, be Kent, Morelos, and I don't know what's happened with Sakala as well. It'll probably end up being right, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Do you think Lundstram's maybe playing it a bit safe and trying to just get his feet under the sort of the rug as such? Try to not make any mistakes.
He didn't play that much towards the end of last season with Sheffield United because they knew he was leaving. So he's going to be like really, really rusty. So he's going to take a little bit longer to settle in, get used to the team, the way the team plays. And as I said, I don't think he's intentionally hiding next to Tav. I just think he's just gravitating there and he's ended up hiding and he's not really expressing himself. But, you know, we saw it with Steve Davis. When Steve Davis came back, it took him a good couple of months to get motoring again. But look at him now. And that was because he hadn't played for 6 odd months before we signed him back from Southampton. And everyone thought he was finished. He looked a couple of yards off it, a bit like Lundstram does now. So these things just take time. And I'm loath to, I don't want to write anyone off just yet, but we do need to see improvements, particularly if we want to play Champions League football.
Lundstram needs a man of the match performance. That's what he needs. He can't be a 6 out of 10 on Tuesday night or his next match. We need to come out of that park talking about Lundstram, saying, what a performance. You know, he's a 7 or an 8. Yeah, he's right. He drove us forward. He needs to be better than Davis. Not just the same as Davis or a keep it safe. You know, we've got a 36-year-old midfielder, man of the match most weeks. But even though I think Lundstram isn't doing it, all our better play yesterday against United came down the right-hand side. The triangle kind of worked well, whereas on the left it was nothing. The triangle with Borna, Kent and Kamara, nothing came off down that side yesterday at all. You know, so our attacking option down the left was non-existent. Everything was on the right. So we really need maybe something down the left for maybe Tav coming into the back post, because Borna doesn't arrive at the back post and support the strikers, but whereas Tav does. So I think we need, even though Lundstram's part of a triangle isn't functioning, it's the best part functioning so far.
I think you said at the start of the show, Scotty, that it was the manner we lost against Dundee United, and you're kind of thinking now, well, it's do or die stuff against Malmo. You know, it's last chance saloon. So surely to God, we're going to come out, as you say, come out of that traps and just fly at them early doors.
Aye. Well, I think what we're going to see is people, old European style, get to the ground a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
The noise will go right through the stadium, be in the dressing rooms. The players will be absolutely pumped up, and we're going to need to see, particularly from the new signings. You know, Stephen Gerrard always used to talk about players arriving and players becoming Rangers players. Tomorrow night is a perfect opportunity for that to happen, particularly for Scott Wright or Lundstram should they play. and I'm really excited to see it because I think it can happen. It must happen. It's going to happen sooner or later. They're going to keep playing and going to get these opportunities, and something's going to happen. I really want to see him, make
Dominate.
the runs that are not necessarily dominate. I think the dominating is for other players. I don't think he needs to burden himself with that thought process. I want to see him, what I saw of him at Sheffield United, making runs beyond the attackers, taking people on, just being a driving force. You don't need to be skillful. You just have the strength just to get past players and hold people off, and just the power in his legs to get through these tight situations. Not really seen it yet. We haven't seen it at all yet. Instead, we've seen him play more like Steve Davis, and we don't need another one of those. I don't need to see him pick up the ball from midfield and spray a 60-yard pass, because
we've got that.
Yeah, we've got that. So
we've got defenders that can do that. What I want to see is the park being a little bit damp, a little bit wet, and maybe some long balls from goals and down the channels, and maybe having Morelos running onto, in behind the back four, going towards the edge of the 18-yard box, chasing something, getting them on their heels and turning. Because I think on Tuesday, if we start positively and get going, and kind of like the second half against, well, not against second half against Malmo, even against Dundee United, we forced 5 corners in the first 15 minutes. We were on the front foot, and then we lost that goal. But I think if we create an early chance, get the crowd up on Tuesday, I think we'll lift the roof, and that's what we need. I think we need to get the ball down the channels and then behind them, and have something to run on to rather than tappy safe passes. So on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I think it was interesting with Gerrard's comments saying that he's asking the fans to roar the place down. I mean, I haven't seen him. Can't even remember him doing that before, Scott.
No. And the those at the other side of the city were very quick to probably point out Gerrard's contradiction, where he's previously said that the fans in the stands don't win games. But I mean, I think you use the home crowd to your advantage. You use the stadium to your advantage. You use the facilities to the advantage. The pitch, the familiarity. Use it to your advantage. Anything that can give us an advantage on Tuesday, we need to take. There is absolutely no doubt that, this is what I'd say compared to particularly British football against European stadiums, particularly having experience of them. And even in comparison to Malmo, I made the joke earlier that it was just like going to an ABBA musical, the way they're all choreographed and they all sing the songs. That can be as noisy as it wants. It's not intimidating. What's really intimidating about Ibrox, or particularly British stadiums, is the raw emotion that goes into when you celebrate a goal, you sing the song, and the stadium and the crowd, it bursts into life, and then it makes you go, wow. Instead of like when I went to Warsaw, it was just a wall of noise, and it was really, really loud, but because it was constant, you just become completely desensitized to it. And it's just like, yes, okay, well, they do their pyrotechnics and whatever, and it looks great, but it's not intimidating at all.
No.
I mean, the intimidating bits afterwards, when you've got the police marching you down the street and you wait for them to jump at you in the bushes. But that's what's beautiful about Ibrox is the noise, the emotion, the roar, and it will feel like a complete wave just absolutely hitting you. So yeah, really, we will get behind the team, and it will, in my opinion, make a difference. When you go.
So I think the fact that we're going to be sitting next to people we've sat beside for years, because we've not seen them for 18 months or so, or just about 18 months. Even against Livy, we were sitting in different seats for most of us, or any of the friendlies. This is like a family get together on Tuesday night. It is a homecoming, So, and I think just, I'll be sitting beside my 2 uncles on Tuesday night for the first time in 18 months. It's the first time I've seen one of them for a while, and it's just, as Scotty says, get to the ground early and get in early and get a good old sing-song. Hopefully, even the Union Bears have got a display. I think there'll be some sort of display, possibly.
See, I don't know. I don't know what everyone's opinion is on that, but I can't be bothered with these displays. Stick it in the bin.
It's more for inspiration, isn't it?
Oh, is it balls? I mean, Listen, it's all nice waving a flag and doing all this, but you kind of need all your bodily functions to get involved and roar the team on. I don't want to be holding up a bloody card or like any of that nonsense. Nah,
Admit
use
it,
your hands.
Scotty.
Use whatever you can to make noise. Get behind the team. Not interested in
admit it.
like little
Yeah.
displays or anything like that. Just go
Yeah.
absolutely bananas. Just do it.
You
Have a few
you just
beers
can't
before
make
the
a
game.
you just can't make a paper airplane. That's why you don't like card displays.
No, I just sponge it into a ball.
Yeah,
It's a lot easier to throw.
Then get fined by UEFA. We were fined by UEFA for missiles, for projecting missiles.
I suppose I suppose we'll have our usual friends from Fair there on Tuesday night as well. Will we, Johnny?
Yeah, I think we will. They seem to have a season ticket for us, so no, it'll be nice to wave across to them and give them a shout. But yeah, we just need to temper the sing along. So as long as we sing the proper songs with the proper words, and I'm sure we'll be fine.